This is Louise for MMA Crazy, and I'm here with Mirsad Bektic. And now you're fighting this Saturday at UFC 204 here in Manchester. What did you think about coming over to Manchester for this fight?
I loved it. I wanted to fight in October. I want to make my comeback sometime mid-October, end of October. And when I saw that the UFC was coming here, I thought there was a very great chance of me coming here and fighting, and I loved it. It's one of my bucket lists, come to England.
Because we just said, obviously, just beforehand, that last time we saw you was in Sweden, so you like kind of going around Europe, different places and checking it out?
Yeah, I'm the international champion of the world. I'm going all over and winning, and I need my own belt.
So obviously you were supposed to be facing Arnold Ellenberger, who is obviously English. He had to pull out very last minute. What were your reactions when you heard that news?
When Arnold first pulled out, I wasn't surprised, because I figured he would train very hard for me, and there was a possibility of him getting injured. Because other guys in the past have gotten injured, and I know how it is when you really train hard for guys. Sometimes you overdo it and get injured, but yeah, I just really got my head wrapped around staying focused on me and focusing on what I'm gonna do and not worry about anything else. I was very confident UFC was gonna find another opponent.
And luckily they did. Obviously they've found Russell Doane. So what did you think of him when that was put forward to you?
Same thing I thought of Arnold Ellenberger, and same thing I thought of the other Kennedy guy. I forgot his name. So many different guys, but the guy I was supposed to fight another guy from Canada from after Arnold. But yeah, I think about the same thing about Russell that I think about Arnold. I think he's great, and he's a southpaw. He's a righty. He does a lot of things great. He has a lot more, I feel like, tools that I need to be aware of, and I'm gonna be ready.
So obviously with that being such short notice, how does that affect things for you in the run-up to the fight?
Nothing at all, really. It doesn't affect anything. I've been training for a while, I've been training for the past 16 months, before I before I hurt my knee, and then after. I've been training, so I'm ready for anything. It doesn't matter who it is.
So talk about the run-up to this fight then. Obviously I know you were preparing for Arnold Ellenberger, but how have things been on the run-up to this fight, especially training at ATT?
Things have been amazing. I have a lot of new people in my camp. I killed a lot of dead weight out of my life. I feel like that, and I feel like everything is just has gone perfect. For my training, not making sure I didn't run myself down, being smart, working hard, but also being smart and resting and healing. So I had a lot of good people help me out. My boxing coach Chuck, wrestling coach, Kami and Steve. I have a new strength conditioning coach. It's been awesome working with Doak Ostrich from Nebraska, who's my training coordinator. And everything just seems natural. It seems like I've been here for a while. It seems like I didn't miss a beat, and yeah, it seems like I was just in Sweden and Brazil, and now I'm here. I feel like I've just gotten better, and I've gotten more mature in a lot of different ways. So yeah, that's that.
So when did these changes kind of come about? Because obviously your last win, you had your first two obviously in the UFC were decisions, and then you got that TKO win. So when did these kind of changes happen? Was it before the TKO win, or was it after?
The changes happened after my TKO win over Lucas Martins. I was very hyped up and motivated after that fight with him. I was like, man, my career is gonna skyrocket now. I feel I was motivated. I've always been motivated, but I feel like things were gonna skyrocket. But I ran myself down and I got hurt, and yeah, that happened. And then I got a chance to step back and be by myself, and I was by myself a lot. Doing a lot of soul searching, and I got a chance to do that, and I got the chance to meet a lot of great people, and that have helped me out, and just gave me some direction, and I'm very grateful for that.
So obviously, for us as fans watching UFC 204, is going to be a really big change in the time difference. Obviously, you're going to be fighting really, really late at night, going into the early hours of the morning. Has that affected you at all? And when did you arrive here, and have you stayed on your time instead of adjusting to English time?
England adjusts to me. No, actually, when I was in Florida, again, my training coordinator, Doak Ostrich, he set my schedule where I was training at night. At the same time I would be fighting here. I was sleeping and waking up the similar times I'll be waking up in here. So it's been, like I said, this whole thing has been about adjusting and adapting and overcoming, and I feel great. I mean, I'm here. It feels like I'm back in Florida, and yeah, I'm gonna go out there and do my thing.
So how do you predict? Would you love to get, another, I'm sure you would love to get another TKO victory, but realistically, how are you going into this fight? What are you expecting from Russell?
I expect the best out of him, Mike. He's a dangerous guy, he's a hungry guy, but I'm hungry as well, and I'm young, ready, and hungry, so a lot of things can happen, but it's a fight, and but I refuse to accept anything. I refuse to accept anything in any circumstances that will hold me back from achieving what I've set out to do, and that's win. So I think that says exactly where my mentality is at right now. I just, it's not over till I win. That's my mentality, and that's what I plan to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.